Speaking practice. Listen to the sentences, listen to the questions, answer the questions before I do. Emma is a university student who lives with her grandmother. Who is Emma? She's a university student. Is Emma a high school student or a university student? She's a university student. One evening, Emma came home late. When does Emma come home late? She came home late one evening. Who came home late? Emma came home late. Does she come home early or late? She came home late. Her grandmother says, "I'd like to know why you're so late." What does her grandmother want to know? She'd like to know why Emma is so late. Who wants to know why Emma is late? Emma's grandmother wants to know. Emma explained that she was studying with friends at the library. What was Emma doing at the library? Emma was studying with friends at the library. Who was Emma studying with? She was studying with friends. Where was Emma? She was at the library. Emma's grandmother asked, "Can you tell me where you went after class?" What does her grandmother ask? She asks where Emma went after class. Who asked Emma where she went? Emma's grandmother. Emma told her that she went to the library first and then to a cafe. Where did Emma go after the library? She went to a cafe. Who does Emma tell about this? She tells her grandmother. Her grandmother wants to know if Emma finished her assignment. What does her grandmother want to know? She wants to know if Emma finished her assignment. Whose assignment is she asking about? She's asking about Emma's assignment. Emma smiled and said, "Yes, I finished it before I left the library." When did Emma finish her assignment? She finished it in the library. When did she finish her assignment? She finished it before she left the library. Emma is curious too. She asks her grandmother, "Can you tell me what life was like when you were my age?" Who is curious? Emma's curious. What does Emma ask her grandmother? What life was like when she was Emma's age? Who does Emma ask about life in the past? She asks her grandmother. Her grandmother laughs and says she'd like to know how young people today can live without talking face to face. What does her grandmother say she'd like to know? How young people today can live without talking face to face. Who laughs before speaking? Emma's grandmother laughs before speaking. She explained that in her day, people spent more time together in person. How did people spend their time in her day? They spent time together in person. Who explained this? Emma's grandmother explained this. Emma thinks about it. She says she'd like to know why people think phones are such a problem. What does Emma say she'd like to know? Why adults think phones are such a problem. Who thinks about it? Emma thinks about it. Her grandmother answers that she'd like to understand what makes texting so much easier than visiting. What does her grandmother say she'd like to understand? What makes texting so much easier than visiting? Who says this? Emma's grandmother. They both realize that even though times are different, they still can learn from each other. What do they realize? That even though times are different, they can still learn from each other. Who realizes this? Emma and her grandmother. Emma wants to know if her grandmother will teach her some old family recipes. What does Emma want to know? If her grandmother will teach her some old family recipes. What kind of recipes does Emma want to learn? Old family recipes. Her grandmother agrees and she asks Emma to show her how to use her new phone. What does her grandmother agree to do? To teach Emma some old family recipes. What does she ask Emma to show her? How to use her new phone. Who asked Emma for help with the phone? Her grandmother. Repeat this video until you are faster than me. It will help you get faster thinking and making conversation in English.